Hey everybody, I want to introduce you to Rick, right here. This is Rick. Rick, where are you from?
Flint, Michigan.
Flint, Michigan. I'm going to tell you right now, this guy right here is one of the best stagecoach drivers in Tombstone, if you can believe that shit. A guy from Michigan. Call him Big Rick, because he's big. Look at him. All right, Rick, tell us a little bit about life in Tombstone, man.
Oh, it's great. I moved out here 12 years ago. I left Flint, Michigan. They were in bad shape 12 years ago, but I didn't think the auto companies would go bankrupt. I'm glad I came out here. And I came out here with a friend of mine. I was working him. I was managing a topless bar in Flint, Michigan.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I never thought I'd say that I got tired of that, but I was like a victim of my environment, and I was just going down tubes, and I was getting old.
I've been there, done that, yeah.
So I was looking for a place where I could come back and just chill out, where it's just a little bit slow motion, right? So the buddy of mine that I was working for, he came out here too. His dad has got a lot of money, and he was making these condos over in Cave Creek, Arizona. So we went over there, and we stayed over at the condos. And when the fools, we decided to take a ride over to Tombstone. So we came over to Tombstone, and we started asking people how it was to do business around here. And they said, it's great, just don't get involved in politics. Well, we came back. I moved all my stuff. We came out here. We was looking for a bar and a saloon to open up. And he started out with a Dragoon Saloon, which is now the Four Deuces.
Right.
And we were gonna help him get that set up, do the landscaping and stuff, and get it set up. And I was gonna manage the bar, and then we were gonna add a steakhouse on the side of it.
Right.
Well, he got involved in that mining, and next thing I know, he got buying this property and these mine sites, and got his finger stretched out a little far. And then he did just what they told us not to do. He went into politics and ran for mayor and won.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I just decided, and the guy that helped him along, the Dusty, my boss now, got him the liquor license, helped me through all that. He basically just, after he got what he wanted, he just kind of cut his throat and went on and became mayor and run against him and won. And so I just figured that I was used to that up in Michigan, because at the topless clubs, if you didn't cut throat first, you were out. But I figured when we come out here, we'd leave that stuff behind. But it didn't work out, so me and him parted ways.
Right on.
So I worked at a couple places around town, and then I started driving a Stagecoach. I sold tickets for 2 years, kind of watching around and seeing how the other guys did it, and seeing the good and the bad of the drivers. And then when I figured it was time for me to start, I started. Not that I knew everything, because it was a 15 to 18 minute tour. It took me about 35 minutes.
That Stagecoach is backed up behind you.
We use Belgian draft horses and Percherons and standard bred Clydesdales, which all weigh 2,000 pounds apiece.
Yeah.
So when you got 4,000 pounds in front of you and you're just looking at their rear ends.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So, and there's certain things that do spook horses, and when they jump, man, my eyes would get bugged out. So what I did, went and got me a dark pair of sunglasses, so I didn't, the tourists couldn't see my eyes bugging out every time the horses jumped. And then as I got later on, my confidence got built, and I became pretty good. So when they jump, I just tell them to knock it off. And I really enjoy this place for the simple reason is that it stays about, I'd say 10 to 15 degrees cooler than Tucson, and about 20 degrees cooler than Phoenix.
Hell yeah.
It's elevation's around 4,600 and some odd feet, and being a historic town, they don't have all that concrete to hold that heat in.
Right.
And being from Michigan, even though it was extremely hot, it took me a couple years to get acclimated to the heat. This is the place. I mean, if I was back in my 20s and stuff like that, it would be too slow for me. But I've already been there, done that, and I got a T-shirt to prove it.
Yeah.
So this is just great for me right now.
It's pretty
a little hot, but it's just a beautiful area in the whole United States, and I think I'm probably going to die here.
It's pretty awesome, man, Rick. And I want to say, man, thanks a lot, brother.
That's no problem, man.
No, I really appreciate you, man.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching you. This guy right here makes it one hell of a good cowboy, man.
Yeah.
Being from Michigan and everything.
Right. Just 60 miles north of Detroit. Well, them old turd kicking son of bitches, they don't, you got to have some city in there,
Exactly right. Well, you've done good, man.
Right.
I'm really glad to know you, man.
Right.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate you, Rick.
No problem.